How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Hopefully everyone's day's been going well after this Ohio State Buckeyes W in the Big Ten championship game against Northwestern, 22-10. There was some good, a little bit of bad, a little bit of ugly, if you will, in this game. We're going to start with the good stuff. Like starting with the positives here. I think this Ohio State Buckeyes defense, they played exceptionally well. It's a team that is defensively, they've struggled this season on multiple occasions, and it almost felt like maybe the way this game started, they may have had the same problem, but they got better, they stood their ground, and they ended up playing really well in this game, allowing, again, 10 points to Northwestern. But what's more importantly here, we've seen it throughout this game. This is an Ohio State Buckeyes offense that was struggling mightily to start this in this first half. And this Buckeyes defense came out time in, time again, played strong, held Northwestern down, forced them to punt. Not only that, they had a couple of different occasions here where they forced turnovers. Big turnovers in this game. What was it? 1 fumble, 2 interceptions. Hilliard on out there. Man, did that guy just have an outstanding game. Led the team in tackles, went out there, had that interception, the fumble recovery. He just felt like he was all over the place. When it was a big play to be had, Hilliard was out there to get it. So shout out to him. That was a big game by the young man there. And if you're Ohio State, that's the performance you want to see. You want to see that second half performance by this Buckeyes defense, because when you go up against Clemson, it's going to be a much tougher task. And hopefully they can, again, play strong against those guys once again come Clemson. But we got to talk about the, is it even an elephant in the room? Justin Fields, man. This guy last year was just looking like an all-pro. He's going to be a stellar quarterback in the NFL, and I don't know what's happened. He's couple teams now, Northwestern, Indiana, where he's played some tougher defenses. He struggled mightily. 12 for 27, right? 12 for 27 with a 34 QBR in this game. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions through the air. It's just not good. And it was glaring what the problem was. We've seen it, this again, same thing happened in Indiana. We've seen it again here in this one, where he's getting under pressure. He's holding onto the football too long. He's getting pressured. He's not finding the open guy quick enough. You know, I've seen multiple times. You just got to get rid of it quicker. Situations where you got that outlet down lower across the middle of the field that's open. He's just holding onto that football too long. And then, you know, once he's getting pressured, we've seen it. This is what's concerning. He's getting pressured, and then he's just making boneheaded plays. Here, boneheaded throws, you know, throwing or making a reckless pass, lucky some arm to intercepted, we're lucky in a fumble, whatever. We've seen it too many times now this season. It's easy to clean up stuff, though. It's easy stuff to look back on film and say, hey, guess what? That was ridiculous. That was just dumb. I don't know what I was thinking there. And I think it's one of those cases when he starts to struggle, which he hasn't done a lot in his career with Ohio State. He starts to, you want to call it panic, or he starts to try to do too much. And that's what we're starting to see here in a couple of these games. He's got to just try to, again, get rid of that. He's got to try to improve from that. And I think he can. He's been for all but 2 games, he's been a stellar quarterback for this Ohio State Buckeyes team over the past 2 seasons. He's got to straighten that stuff out. And man, you want to talk about, you know what, we skipped to Justin Fields, and we didn't get all the positives out of the way here, man. How about Trey Sermon? Trey Sermon, baby, goes out there, Buckeye record, 331 yards on the ground. And you could just see it from the start of this. This guy just had that extra spark out there on the field, that extra jolt. It looked like he was poised to have a good game. And I think that's what was crazy as a Buckeye fan. I was yelling. It was 5 minutes left in a second. I think even wrote it down. The Buckeyes were averaging 8 yards per carry on the ground with running backs, and they'd ran it 7 times. And that was just, man, run the football, run the football, run the football. It took a while. It took a very long time for them to finally, you know, there was a couple of drives there. Buckeyes ran it for 20, ran it for 15. Like, all right, let's try to get Justin Fields a little bit of confidence here. Bang. Nope, that ain't going to happen there. Caused the team points. Man, like I said, Justin, that was just a bad game. He's got to have a short memory, a couple weeks down the road, improve on it, and do better. But Sermon went out there, put this team on the back to go out there. I shouldn't just say Sermon. That offensive line played really well. You got to get that push up there out front. So kudos to those guys as well. Pass block or run blocking for this man out here. It's still, you know, at the end of the day, you know, say what you will about Justin Fields. This team won a championship on the back of Ezekiel Elliott one year. And let's not think Trey Sermon can't keep the ball out of a guy like Trevor Lawrence's hand throughout the game and help this Buckeyes team make a real push here. And that's really what you take from this game. Are we going to see enough Trey Sermon? I feel like we almost waited too long. Thankfully, again, defense played stellar. Kept him in this game. If that happens with Clemson, though, and you wait too long to get a guy like Sermon involved, you could be hurting. So hopefully we see a better game code. I feel like Ryan Day's done an exception. I've done nothing but tout how well this guy has done at, you know, halftime adjustments, coaching games for this Ohio State Buckeyes team. This is the first one I look back and really scratch my head on. So again, could just be an outlier. Hopefully it is. But Justin Fields improves. Defense has been getting better. Sermon out there in the back for these Buckeyes. Anything can happen once we get in the college football playoff. Nobody's really came out of conference, so we'll see what these guys can do against Clemson. Excited to see what happens. Buckeyes, big win here. Nonetheless, 22-10 once again. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.